I'll tell you what, the U.S. Hot Rod Association really outdid itself in this one. It's like every monster truck in the world showed up in Houston. What do you say? Let's go to round 2 action.
40,000 people strong in Houston. Here's our second round pairings, Ken. First Blood against Tuff-E-Nuff. King Crunch faces Wild Hair. The Outlaw against the Warrior. Tropical Thunder against No Problem. It's Auto Value facing the Clydesdale, Buffalo Tremor, and the Valvoline Eagle. It's Wild Thing against the Hawk. Bigfoot gets a bye. Andy's with Jim Clark.
How's the course?
Well, the course seems to be pretty decent. You know, we was out there walking it earlier tonight. I thought the course was going to be a little bit rougher than what it was, but the ramps aren't throwing the guys as high as what we had initially thought they would. So guys will probably be starting to speed up here later on in this first half, or even earlier after watching me run.
All right. Well, good luck to you in the rest of the competition.
Well, thank you now.
Here we go with round number 2, First Blood and Rob Fuchs against Joey Pittman and Tuff-E-Nuff. Now remember, the course has changed for round number 2 and the rest of the rounds here in Houston. It's over the first set of cars. You have to hit a hill, go over the hill, do a 180-degree turnaround over another hill, straight away, another set of cars before you hit the finish line. This is the horseshoe we were telling you about, and Rob Fuchs seems to have gotten it down pretty darn well. He picks up the first win in round number 2. So the red board's coming back. Here's Marvelous Marvin Smith and Wild Hair going against Rob Grossman in the Auto Value King Crunch. A thumbs up from the U.S. Hot Rod Association official, and we're ready for this matchup. Wild Hair and King Crunch, and Marvin Smith gets the whole shot. He goes over the first set of cars with the lead, but can he navigate this rear steer that's so important for this 180-degree turn? King Crunch seems to have been able to do it faster. Look at this. He really widens up the lead as he hits the second set of cars and leaves Wild Hair way behind the win. Goes to the Auto Value King Crunch. Wild Hair disappointed. We're set to go again. Warrior and Outlaw. It's the battle of the Fords. Warrior out of Texas, Outlaw out of Pensacola, New Jersey. Outlaw gets the whole shot. The Warrior won't give up as Outlaw seems to have some problems. Both of them approach that hill with a little caution. Rear steer is what it takes on this turn. Outlaw with a 2-truck lead as the Warrior comes off the hill, gives it the gas, and closes that lead. Look at this, a come-from-behind victory for the Warrior. As he smokes the Outlaw on the straightaway, the Warrior picks up the win, and Lupe Sosa showing us that driving style that Texans are noted for. All out, flat out, Katie bar the door driving. It's anybody's horse race right here. As they come and hit the turn, you can see the lead for the Outlaw, but the Warrior gives it the gas, will not back up, and comes from behind. Your win, and going into round number 3, the Warrior. Here's Tropical Thunder, Wayne Smolzanek out of Jupiter, Florida. He faces John Moore and No Problem. They're staged and set to go. And Tropical Thunder gets a whole shot, but John Moore closes it very quickly. They hit that first hill, both trucks taking it easy. Now, this is where the driving is going to show. Can John Moore turn that big rig around? Tropical Thunder on the hill. John Moore having a little direction problem. John, you got to hold it straight. Wayne Smolzanek over the cars, over the finish line, and he picks up the win in the GMC Tropical Thunder. Next matchup features Bennett Clark and the Pink Clydesdale going against the brand new Auto Value Special, Scott Stevens aboard. Both these guys have been here before, Clark and Stevens. And Clark seems to get a whole shot, but they're going into this first hill side by side, dead even. The turnarounds where the horse race is going to be won, and Scott Stevens manipulates around, makes it. Bennett Clark dies on the turn. Scott Stevens goes into the win. That's not a pretty finish, but he did make it. And Bennett Clark in the Clydesdale gets himself restarted, heads off into the pits. He's upset. Scott Stevens goes to our next round. Here's the Valvoline Eagle. But the Valvoline Eagle has some stiff competition in Johnny K and the Buffalo Tremor. Tremor and Eagle, side by side in Houston. First off the line is the Eagle. Buffalo Tremor fighting to try to close it down as they approach the first big hill. The turn, not a very comfortable one for either one. Again, they are side by side. Tremor opens it up. Eagle seems to bobble a little bit. And John Kwasniewski gets the win over Gary Schott and the Valvoline Eagle. Now, Wild Thing and Hawk are scheduled to go side by side. Wild Thing's broke, cannot come out. Hawk advances, and that ends round number 2 here in the Houston Astrodome.
I'll tell you what, these fans in Houston are getting their money's worth. After 2 rounds of action, we're down to 8 trucks. And now we're ready to move on to round 3. Bigfoot against First Blood. King Crunch and Warrior. Tropical Thunder and the Auto Value Racer. And Buffalo Tremor versus the Hawk. Hey, I don't know about you, I'm going to root for the Hawk. I mean, it's got a great name. Here's Joe Lowe.
Oh boy, the Broo curse is on the Hawk. Round number 3 of the Monster Truck Challenge. Jim Clark has a chance to talk with Rob Duch of First Blood. He goes against Bigfoot in this 3rd round matchup.
I think the course is working out pretty well. Both lanes seem fair. Next round, I got to race Andy Brass with Bigfoot. That'll be the toughest run of the night. I'd rather do that last, but just kind of way the cards fell tonight.
Rob, everybody's been chasing Bigfoot tonight, and now it's First Blood's chance. Here we go. Andy Brass gets it off the line, but First Blood comes from behind as they hit that first hill. He has to straighten it up, but Andy, with this incredible turning ability of Bigfoot, makes the turn, hits the hill, and now he really widens the gap as he sails over the set of cars and into the winner's circle. Hold on, Andy, stop that thing. Andy Brass and Bigfoot. Here's how to turn a monster truck. The newest and best. This is Bigfoot number 10 as he turns it on and sails in a victory over First Blood here in the Houston Astrodome, and the brakes work too. Next matchup is the Warrior and the Auto Value King Crunch. We're set to go with Rob Grossman aboard against the Warrior and Lupe Sosa. King Crunch with a lead. Warrior coming from behind. Remember, he came from behind last round to make it to round number 3. But the Auto Value turn, Warrior seems to have lost power. And Auto Value is well on his way, almost an entire track length win over the Warrior. And Rob Grossman with a win. The Warrior, I'm not sure what happened here. He came over that hill and just sort of lost all his power. He's able to do it, but not necessarily to hit on all 8 cylinders, I don't think. So the Warrior disappointed as he heads on back into the pits. Round number 3 continuing with the Auto Value Special and Scott Stevens taking on Tropical Thunder. Wayne Smolzanek, what do you like about this course?
I like that course. I think that there's a little bit of driving skills involved in so much horsepower, and with the two hills and a turning course, it works out pretty good. I kind of like it.
All right, in the next run, anything special you're going to do? Change anything?
No, the driving's about the same. We're just going to build some more speed because we're going against a faster truck. Other than that, nothing's going to change.
He knows he's got to win against this truck and this driver. The veteran Scott Stevens and the Auto Value Special, a new truck, and man, has he been running great. And he picks up a lead right away over Tropical Thunder. Now, how's it going to handle on this turn? Scott Stevens uses all the track. He makes the turn. Tropical Thunder has some problems, but they're dead even going into it. Scott Stevens has to turn on the power, which he does, and gets a win over Tropical Thunder. The only problem with that run happened right here. Coming out of the turn, he nipped that hill just a little bit, but he did stay on track. He straightens things out, really gives it gas, sails over, and a win for the Auto Value Special. Our next matchup is John Kwasniewski's Buffalo Tremor against Ken Broo's pick, the Hawk. John Kwasniewski, how was your last run?
We had a good run. We took the turns good like we expected to, and we had no problem there.
All right, any special strategy you're going to use in your next run?
No, we're just going to push it a little harder next round, that's all.
As he goes against this truck, the Hawk, Mark Christash out of Great Bend, Kansas. And John Kwasniewski with a great hole shot off the line. The Hawk works to catch up. John Kay is going to win it or lose it on this turn. The Hawk takes up a lot of space. Johnny's already around the turn, over the hill, and Buffalo Trevor makes it to our semifinal round in Houston. John Kwasniewski with a great run, and he has just driven his way into our semifinal round at the Houston Astrodome. Ken Broo, what happened to your man?
Whoa.
Well, so much for the Broo curse. Hawk didn't make it. They ran him out of the show. 2 more have to go, and they will when we come back.